This is Elden Ring, one of the most hardest games ever. In today's video, I've completed Elden Ring Randomizer without dying, and if I do ever lose, I have to restart the entirety of the run. The only things that aren't randomized are the items that I need to progress through the story. I'm on a challenge to complete a bunch of Elden Ring runs, and if I can't do it before the channel hits 1,000 subscribers, I have to beat Elden Ring without getting hit. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I spawned in a limb grave trying to just like explore the area, and this guy is always here every single time I do a randomizer. He was yapping about something I did. I just got here, bro.
I don't know, I just got here.
Then I did some more exploring, got the gate front grace, talked to Melina, and then I got torn, and then I just did some more exploring, got the set of grace by the Church of Ella, I got the flask and some somber smithing stones. I tried to talk to this merchant, he was unavailable though. Sorry, man. I got another side of grace, and then I went into like this castle sort of thing. Again, I'm just trying to like explore, trying to find some stuff that I can use. You don't really know what you're gonna get. I climbed this ladder, opened up the chest, and got the Leptectus medallion. I tried to test this rune farm out, and the bowling ball is still there. This rune farm still works, and I'm able to level myself up a little bit. Got this side of grace over here, and then I went down into like this muckwater cave something. I got invaded by this dude. This dude was randomized as well, but he was no match for Swifty official. I smacked him around a few times, he smacked me, but eventually he died. Then I went into Muckwater Cave to fight Patches. I was trying to see like what he was going to give me. Maybe it was going to give me something different. He didn't really give me anything. He tried to beg for mercy, I clapped him, and then he just gave me his normal stuff.
A man confronts you, he's the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Lawrence?
I went into some other tunnels and more catacombs trying to see what I can get. I met this NPC over here, I clapped him as well. He actually did give me some pretty useful stuff. Climbed down this ladder over here, and I actually found this weapon, the Watchdog Staff. I eliminated these two NPCs over here, trying to see what they were going to give me. They gave me some pants. Anyways, I found this grace over here. Then I opened this gate to fight this mini boss, trying to just hope that he would give me something good. All I did was just hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, and thank God I had a lost weapon, which made this fight so much more easier. He finally fell down and gave me grease.
Are you serious right now, bro?
I did more rune farming, and then now it's time to see who's the first boss. In this randomizer no death run, the first big wall was Godfrey, and seeing him so early felt completely out of place. That's the whole point of the randomizer though, any boss can pop up anywhere, and I was here fighting the first Elden Lord like he owned the place. He's simple but scary, swinging that axe around like he's trying to cut the whole arena in half. Every stomp shook the ground like he wanted me to know who was in charge. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of my favorite bosses in Elden Ring since it's so easy to dodge. I feel like I'm ultra instinct when I'm fighting him. There's nothing tricky about him, he's just raw strength and size, which makes him worse in a randomizer because you're not ready for that kind of power so early. Every time he lifted his axe, I had that little moment of panic like, this is it, this is where the run ends, because something like Godfrey can appear out of nowhere and it's suddenly do or die. Anyways, I finally brought him down. After beating Godfrey, I stopped at the nearest grace to rest and heal. I looked around carefully, picking up all the smithing stones, gloves, and pants I could find. Every little piece helped me stay alive because in a randomizer no death run, any boss could show up anywhere. Merchants were nearby selling some items, but I only bought the really useful ones because wasting money on random things could slow me down. It made my Watchdog Staff stronger and made sure I had the best gear I could carry. Soon after, the beast clergyman appeared in a place I didn't expect. The fight started fast, he swung his weapon hard and lunged at me in different ways I didn't expect. I had to roll at the right time, stay far enough away, and only hit when it was safe. The area was tricky and corners with small walls that made moving around harder. I kept circling, watching for patterns, and dodging carefully. When I finally landed the last hit, he fell. I grabbed the smithing stones and gloves and ran to the nearest grace to heal. While exploring after that fight, I found a torch and a few small upgrades that could help me later. Every step mattered, and in a randomizer no death, even small enemies or hidden items could change the fight completely. Next up was the Magi Sentinel, replacing what would normally be a Tree Sentinel. This boss moved in large sweeping motions that had attacks that could push me across the arena if I wasn't careful. After a tense fight, the Magi Sentinel fell. I collected a loot, activated another grace nearby, took a moment to heal, explored some more, finding smithing stones, a few armor pieces, and materials that would be useful later. I smacked this pot around and then it would give me a medallion. Usually when I go back to the round table, it's the Royal Remains guy, but it's obviously something different this time. I saw a merchant that allowed me to buy incantations, but I didn't even bother. Next up, I finally made my way to go fight this dude. I don't know his name. Appearing suddenly in wide open arena, his attacks were fast and very, swinging both weapon and magic, which forced me to stay alert at all times. I dodged left and right, backstepped, and ran around pillars to avoid being trapped. After landing the last few hits, I finally took him down. Then I went to like this other castle, climbed this ladder to fight this mini boss. He was a white lobster. I defeated him. He gave me a jellyfish shield. Went through some more tunnels and catacombs, just trying to find more stuff, maybe some smithing stones. I found this mask. I put it on. I did find a better mask though, so I put that on instead. I found this weapon in an abandoned castle, but I'm not going to use it. Guess what's in here? Somber smithing stone.
Another one.
I also found another helmet, but I'm gonna stick to mine. Opened this chest as well and got another smithing stone. I'm done! Next up, I baited this mini security guard, went up the elevator, and then now we're about to open the door to see who's behind this boss over here. Shit, bruh. We're fucked. I was kind of skeptical going into this fight. I did think I was going to be having a lot of trouble, but I realized that Radon wasn't too far off from being his actual fight. Obviously, he was bullying me though, I'm not going to lie. I also kind of bullied him with a few hits, but he shoved me into a locker and gave me a big fat swirly. At this point, I was so scared of being in this fight, I wanted to leave so bad. And how did he jump through the ceiling? How did he jump through? He came down, wiping me from this earth just like the dinosaurs. I'm now extinct. After we made it back, Radon's attacks were fast and aggressive with lunges, swings, and sudden bursts that could easily overwhelm if I wasn't careful enough. I had to roll, dodge, and back up consistently while looking for openings. After dying once, I returned, adjusted my strategy, and managed to defeat him safely the second time. I then just made my way to the Volcano Manor area, just exploring, finding some smithing stones, materials, anything that I can use to upgrade. I fought this freaky little lizard guy, I thought he was something. I fought this NPC by a cannon over here, found another helmet, found some gauntlets, a golden seed, upgraded my weapon a little bit more, and then now it was time to take on this dude. The fire giant was huge and looked really scary. He walked slowly, but every step he took shook the ground, and his fists were bigger than anything I ever seen.
What do you mean by that?
I had to keep moving and watch him closely because one hit could knock me down really fast. I ran around him, dodging when he swung his fists, and I jumped to avoid his stomps. Sometimes he would swing and miss, so I ran in for a few hits and ran back again. I kept rolling and running, hitting him little by little, and every time I got a hit in, I felt a little closer to winning. I watched his arms and feet to see what he would do next and tried to stay far enough away so he wouldn't hit me. After a long time, I finally beat him, grabbed all the items he dropped, collected some stones for some upgrades, and rested at the Grace to heal and get ready for the next boss. I found this Ash of War, which was pretty useless since I'm not going to use it. I talked to this random NPC over here, talked to Granny at the round table, got some smithing stones, and I got this new armor set, and now it's time to fight these two bosses. The randomizer dropped me into a fight with this dude, but instead of a normal arena, things were switched up and it felt strange right away. On top of that, the randomizer swapped in the dragon skin soldier in another place, which was wild. This enemy is way bigger, moves slow, but hits like a truck when he lands his arms or slams lightning attacks. The two fights back to back showed me how different the run felt with bosses moved around like this, because one of them was more about dodging magic non-stop while the other was spacing and avoiding heavy strikes. Fighting both in one run without dying really pushed me to play safe and wait for my chance to land damage. It isn't about rushing, it's about staying calm in the chaos. I got the right Dectus medallion, headed to the Grand Lift of Dectus and activated it, and now we are in a new area. I did some more exploring, went through some more tunnels and catacombs, defeated this like mini boss, I don't know, something, went through some more tunnels, then I found this little village over here. I climbed up, fought this mini boss, the Godskin assassin. Usually it is the Godskin apostle, but he didn't really give me anything except this armor set, which was really cool actually. Leveled myself up a little bit, and I figured it was time to start the Radon festival. Enter the Radon portal. When I saw the final boss as Radon, I'm gonna be completely honest, I was so scared. This guy bullied me so much more worse than a kid in a Disney movie.
Just hanging around.
The randomizer made this fight even scarier since I didn't know what order I'd be fighting bosses in, and by the time I got here, my nerves were already so high. Every dodge, every roll, every swing I had to take needed to be perfect, cause one wrong move would have ended the fight right there. When we finally made it back, I knew how to defeat this dude. I was done being boss around this dude. I'm gonna tell him to clean the dishes. Was that funny? Anyways, I got the god slain, upgraded my weapon, talked to this merchant over here by the bridge. He actually had some pretty decent stuff, but then I went to another merchant over here by a shack. He had a lot more better stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I just want to say the amount of times this randomizer has glitched, not showing any bosses, any mini bosses at all, has been gotten me so frustrated. I've probably missed out on so many good weapons. But anyways, now it's time to fight this dude, Dragonic Maggie. This boss wasn't too scary. The Dragonic Tree Sentinel, on the other hand, was a different story. All I had to do was just hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge over and over again, because he doesn't really have a variety of a moveset. He just has a cane like an old man. Anyways, I hit him with one last hit, and then finally did my finishing move, which put him at an end. Then I walked into the capital, got the set of grace, and I did some more exploring, leveled myself up a little bit, leveled the weapon a little bit, and I just tried to find a new weapon or something. Eventually I gave up, went down over here, I got another smithing stone, and then finally climbed up this tree to get ready to fight this dude over here. His swings come fast and in chains, and if I rolled too late, the run would have ended. The randomizer put him in a place I did not expect, so I had to react quickly. He does not give much room to breathe, so I had to wait for his combos to finish before hitting him. Every hit I took could have ruined the run, so I stayed patient and careful. Even though he is smaller than other bosses, he felt like a real challenge. When he finally fell, I felt relief because the run was still alive. It reminded me that in a no death run, even smaller bosses matter a lot. Then I finally made my way up this tree over here, past these I don't even know. I actually found the Royal Remains pants over here, but I got this set of grace, went upstairs over here to fight Nail the Omen King. Nail the Omen King was huge, and his swings cover a lot of space, making the arena feel smaller than it already is. The randomizer put him in a spot where I was not expecting, which added extra tension to the fight. He moves fast for a giant and sometimes attacks in bursts that forced me to stay alert. I had to watch each attack and roll at the right moment to avoid getting hit. Waiting for openings and attacking when it was safe was the only way to make progress. Finally, defeating it felt like a solid accomplishment. I had to keep my attention on every move from start to finish. Then I finally made it to the snow area, just exploring some more castles, meeting some NPCs. I got a broken rune, went into some more tunnels and catacombs, just trying to find maybe a new weapon I could use, because I was getting tired of this weapon. Found Somber Smithing Stone 9, got this grace over here, and then went across the chain to fight Rykard.
No! No! No!
Rykard is a massive serpent that can fill the arena with his body and lava, and the randomizer made it unpredictable where I would meet him. Rolling and keeping my distance was important because of his attacks cover a lot of ground. I had to look for safe moments to attack and keep an eye on his whole body while moving. The arena itself makes it tricky because the lava can block paths to attack. Staying patient and careful while keeping the pressure up was the only way to beat him. The fight pushed me to keep control the whole time. Then I went around the snow area trying to find this one portal that would transfer me to Mogwin Palace. I hunted for some items and materials, then I went back to this site of grace over here, got the cutscene, witnessed the burning Erdtree, then I made it to the endgame area, and you guys know this area is all about farming materials, smithing stones, and all that good stuff. I found the Fire Knight seal, and then I found another pair of pants, and this time I actually found the Royal Remains armor body set. This armor really loves me, but anyways, then I fought the Godskin Macker. The Godskin Macker is fast and swings a long weapon. He has fire attacks that cover parts of the arena, which makes positioning very important. His rolling slam can reach far, and I had to time my dodges carefully to avoid being hit. I had to wait for openings between attacks to strike safely. Moving constantly and watching his patterns helped me keep the fight under control. Every moment required attention because the swings are long and quick. Attacking when it was safe and dodging at the right time allowed me to slowly bring him down. Beating him felt like a clear step forward into the run. Got his site of grace, and then I went back to Mogwin Palace to jump on this tree over here, do this kind of glitch, and I just keep jumping and jumping and jumping, and did this rune farm glitch where I jump again, and then just keep swinging my weapon over and over and over again. Leveled myself up a little bit. I talked to this merchant over here. This dude didn't really have some good stuff. It was kind of decent. Then I went into this castle over here, tried to explore, got some fire coil, got invaded by this dude over here, got another golden seed, got this side of grace, and then now it's time to fight this dude. Oh no.
No! Wait!
Godfrey in his second phase becomes this big bloody jack dude with big grabs and stomps, and the randomizer made it tricky because I was already tired from previous fights. He moves fast and each swing has a lot of reach, so I had to roll at the right moment and stay alert. I had to wait for openings to attack and make sure I stayed at a safe distance. And my luck finally fell and I lost. I died. Subscribe please. Then I finally made it all the way back to the Godfrey fight, and this time I was bullying him. I did my ultimate finisher. He only had a little bit of damage left, so I finished him with one last attack. Victory is now mine, yay! I got another golden seed, went through some more tunnels and catacombs, and now it's time to go up these stairs. Malekith is very fast and his attacks cover a lot of the arena, and the randomizer made it hard because I wasn't sure where I would face him. He leaps, swings, and moves quickly, so I had to stay aware and dodge at the right times. His attacks chained together, which made finding safe openings very important. Finally, defeating him was a big relief because he requires so much strength. Unless you're me. In the second phase though, these NPCs guys came at me thinking they were gonna do anything. There was like 5 of them. There was 1, and then 3. I defeated all of them, got the site of grace, leveled myself up. Guess which boss is behind me? We're cooked, bro. This dude is a huge dragon with claws, lightning, and big wing attacks that cover a lot of the arena. Dude, are you serious?
How many times am I gonna die?
We finally made it back for like the 7th time now. He flies and lands in ways that make it hard to predict where his next attack will come from. I had to pay attention to the shadows he casts on the ground to know when to dodge. His lightning comes down in bursts, sometimes it spreads across the arena, forcing me to move constantly. When he spreads his wings and charges forward, I had to roll at just the right moment or step back quickly. The fight was exhausting because I had to think about his position, his attacks, and space on the arena floor at the same time. Finally, bringing him down felt satisfying because it took steady focus and careful movement the entire time. Bring the next one. Bro, are you I was sweating beating one dragon and now I have to beat another one. Anyways though, this one is easier than the one before this. His flying attacks make it hard to predict where he will land, and the fire on the ground limits where I can stand. I had to time my dodges and rolls carefully, waiting for him to finish long combos before trying to hit him. Every attack he made felt powerful and forced me to stay aware of the whole arena. I had to stay patient and calm, slowly chipping away at his health while avoiding damage. Finally, after a few more hits, I finally brung him down. The last boss has been defeated. Give me my Elden ring. I have completed Elden Ring's randomizer without dying. 1k subs, I'll do it without getting it.